Hey, what's up everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm coming to you with something that you can probably use for your nano tank up to a 30 gallon. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Rob with the Freeze Aquariums. Today I'm going to bring you something pretty cool, at least in my opinion. The backstory is last week, probably about 2 weeks last week, the Fish Club of Burlington was doing an online fish swap, and what we have today is a filter. So like I said, the Fish Club of Burlington, this is their second one that I've actually been involved in, and someone had donated the Nano 30 canister filter. So when I saw it, I was like, can use it on my 29 gallon because I'm actually not liking the job that my Fluval 50 is doing. I mean, it's filtering, but I think even hot rodding it a little bit, it's still not working well. And I do have a large sponge in there. So I had toyed with the idea a while ago before I saw this. So as you can see here, it's a mini canister. So let's take a look. It's good for the Nano 30 external, is good for an aquarium or a nano tank up to 30 gallons. So when I did the math, it will definitely turn my 29 gallon over more than 4 or 5 times an hour. So I was like, well, let me bid on it. Now, I saw these online for about $60, $70, 40, between 50 and 70 depending on where you look. So what you get are your lines, some bio beads, more bio beads, bio whatever you want to call them. You get a bag of carbon, which in my planet tanks I don't use. And you get all your valves, your adjustability for the water flow. Then you get your pickup tubes, as well as your spray bar. And you get your little rubber feet. And of course, what a lot of guys don't use, instructions. So at any rate, here is the canister. With your valves. Now what's pretty cool about those is they're notched so that they fit right on the frame of your tank, and it makes for a very streamlined look to your tank so you don't have these hoses hanging over the back. So with these, they're marked min and max. And as you see, that's the min setting. Now, it may be easier if you have like a dime or something, because you have to rotate this. So now, I have it set to max, and you can see the orange, that it's open, it's going to flow. I mean, you can turn it. Definitely requires some finger strength. So if you take, like I said, a dime and stick it in there, it's easier to do. Both of them are identical. Your strainer tube, the connections, compression connections for your hoses, suction cups, so that you can affix your spray bar to the back or side of your tank, whichever you choose. They go right on the back of there, and then clip right on there like that. Now another cool thing is on your intake tube, they do the same thing. And then that way when your intake tube is assembled, and there's an adapter in there to attach that to it, you can suction cup it to the back of your tank so you don't have to worry about it getting knocked around. Well, that's the filter showing you everything that comes with it, from the control valves to the suction cups, the lift tubes, and the hose, as well as the canister. So now, if you notice, everything is in line with the filter. Just my analytical mind. That tells me everything is closed and locked. So now, I want to get ready to set this up. Everything turns horizontal or vertical or not in line with. So now I have access to fill it. I have access to add my water conditioner and have it go right through here. I can add my fluval bio live bacteria was the word I was looking for, or the Fritzyme bacteria, put it in here, because this is home. This is where a large part of your beneficial bacteria resides. Not in the water. You do get some on the glass. You do get some in your substrate or on your substrate and on your decorations. But the number that I found was 70% of your biological bacteria resides in your filter. At any rate, you didn't come here for that. So you want to open it and set it up. You'll see there's a little tip and then there's cutout right here. And as you'll see, there's a little clip or foot, similar to the Cascade filters. They do the same thing. You want to pull that away. You want to take your thumb, pop that off, pull that away, and then you can actually lift it right up using the handles. So there it is. The pre-filter, the strainer, your impeller. Now you want to, you're cleaning and you want to clean it out because you notice it's not running, as good as it should. So if you're in here cleaning, you might as well clean out and prolong the life of your impeller motor. There's a little tip right there. Put your finger under it, pop it out. You have access so you can clean all the gunk off of the blades. You can clean it off the motor. You get a bottle brush and go in there and clean it out. So now I'm going to show you an interesting feature. So that's the inside. And you notice there's a little air tube. You'll see the air tube down there. You want it facing up towards the head of the unit. So what that does is you filled it you're getting ready to put it back together. You've added your material like I mentioned, do away with the carbon, put in some more bio rings, bio balls, put polyfill, and then your bio balls. So it gives both chambers perfect mechanical filtration on top of your biofiltration. Push it in until it sits. Now, before I get into putting it back, you'll see there's raised feet on the bottom. These come out. They actually have little grippers for you to hold. And then there's grooves that they slide into. Those feet that are raised right here keep these up off the bottom so that that recirculation takes place, where it comes through, and then goes out. So now I put polyfill in this void because I think about, when Corey said in one of the videos a while ago about hot rodding a filter, which I think a large part of us have been doing for well over 5 years now. To me, that's real estate. I paid for that. I want something out of it. I'm going to stick my polyfill in there. So you ask what polyfill actually is. Polyfill is, see, you got the holes lined up. Push it together. Make sure your feet catch the underside. push it until you hear that little cutout click onto the top. And then you just do the same thing for the other side. So to get back to the polyfill, polyfill is quilt bedding or bedding quilt or whatever you want to call it. It's basically what you shove inside of these to stuff them. You can get it at Walmart for, you know, with the inflation, it may be almost $5 a bag. I got it, it was $3.96. And I still have it going on 6 years. What I do, it's a roll of like floss medium. So I will take, we'll say this is the bag media that comes in the Aquarium filters. I'm going to take this, or, you know, the filters that come with some of the various flugels or, you know, whoever, and I'll unroll a bit of it, I'll lay it on here, and then I'll cut it out. So now I have a template, and now I actually will cut one off of that and keep one, so I always have a template just to cut it, put it in the filter. You want no flame retardant additives, no dyes, no colors, just straight quilting, and that's it. It actually works wonders at filtering out the smallest of particles. Because this whole thing here is a manufacturer gimmick. So the polyfill will save you money, so that, and you know I'm all about saving you money, and it lasts forever. And I'm talking 8 tanks that I use in it. So I did get away from it, that little air tube that mounts in there. So now it's back together. I open the top, I add my conditioner right to here. I use Fritz ACCR powder, which lasts a lot longer than the Prime. I love Prime, but since Keith from KJ Aquatics introduced me to the ACCR powder, I never looked back. I mean, I have a bottle here that, you know, maybe I'll use on my cichlid tank. 1 teaspoon for 40 gallons. So my first jar I just finished, and I had that jar just shy of a year. So again, saving you money. I think it's between $14 or $17, but one teaspoon for 40 gallons, it's going to last you for a while. The little hose that's up in here is facing up, so you can only fill it so high. So now we're going to, you know, hook the hoses up. We're going to turn them on. We're going to get it primed, which is basically filling it with water here. As this rises, that tube is right there at the base of that impeller. That's creating a suction. It's going to draw it up, and as the level of your water raises, this head, this airspace, is getting pushed up and out that air tube and being forced out just by the flow of water, the volume coming up, and it forces it out, and then it goes out the tube. So you'll hear some purging initially, at least that's what they say in the instructions, and, you know, then it's gone. But as you can see, 4.75, you know, and it's perfect. So it comes with the instructions, the part list, how to hook up the air wands. As I mentioned, they show ReptiSafe, Tetra ReptiSafe that they're adding with the tap water to condition the water. The air tube that I spoke of, and as you can see, they have it sitting sideways, so you can certainly search it out online and take a look at it. It's made by ZooMed, a European-based company. I did take a picture after I did a water change the next day, just to kind of give you an idea, as well as me as a benchmark in testing out this filter. And yes, I did pay for it. So I'm going to set it up. I'll let it run for 24 hours. May take a look at it every few hours just to see what happens. And then, you know, I'll do an update video on it so you can check it out. I have high hopes for this. So once I get the video going, we will revisit this and see how clear it is. And maybe I will do an actual video of me setting this up. I try not to make my videos too long, but I've got a bad habit from many years in customer service and having to clean up somebody else's mess. I hate misinformation. So I try to give you as much information from whatever it is I'm reviewing, my experience with it, what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've read online. This one online, it had some decent reviews. So that gave me hope and made me decide to pull the trigger. So with that, folks, I appreciate you stopping by. Stay tuned for the update video on this and we'll see how it works. I'm super excited because I don't like cloudy tanks. Not biological blooms, anything like that. I haven't had that in forever. But particles, not air bubbles, but particles floating around. So you all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, or wherever you are in this crazy blue world of ours. And with that, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless. Peace.